Hey everyone, this is Clay, and this is how I made the vertical short uh, Frosty's Frosty's Cheer. And what it's about is Santa and Frosty the Snowman sitting in a bar having a few drinks, way too many, and they're a little drunk and telling jokes to each other. And the way I done it was first thing I needed to do because it's going to be a vertical short, so I needed to size up my viewing area for a vertical short. And so what I done was I would go to render video, and that right here, then I would leave everything alone there. I'll scroll down, and right here I'll uncheck lock ratio, and then I would change the first one to 1080 and the second one to 1920, and then we just push enter, and it will create a vertical view. And this is perfect for videos like YouTube Reels or Facebook Reels or TikTok. So that is the size right there for all that. And then what I done was to get everything going. Okay, so I would start off with the Grinch. Okay, and I would place him in. First, I would place everything on the edge right over here, the background and everything. The background is animated. I created that with another software, DP Animator, Animation Maker. It, I showed how that works in my other video work in progress for Space Zombie. So you can check that out in my YouTube channel, Cartoon 2D Animation, and you would see the work in progress video, and you'll learn about that animation, that software for that. So I animated all the lights in that. That's all I really did. So, and this right here, the bar is a overlay over that to give the impression that the Grinch is standing behind the bar, is behind the bar. So since he is behind the bar, I really didn't have to use a motion to animate his legs or anything because you really can't see him. And I'll show you how I do that in a second, how I move them and everything in a second. So I put everything in place just like this. Alright. And then the first thing I do was, like I said, uh, I didn't use a motion to animate the Grinch. I used Motion Pilot. So let me click on the Grinch here. I use Motion Pilot, and I touch nothing right here, but I do uncheck face cursor because I don't want them accidentally flipping if I accidentally go too far the opposite way where he's supposed to be going, because I do that from time to time without paying attention. I said, well, yeah, I forgot to uncheck that face cursor. So when I move them, I'll move them along, but as I move, I'll bounce them up and down like that. Makes it look like he's taking a step, walking over to in the front of these guys. So let's push record, and then hit the space bar and start recording. You see, I'll bounce them up and down as I move them, and then I'll stop right there. Okay. Since that already, well, I've already got that done, so I'll undo that. So he's right there. Okay, and now that I got them moving, what I want to do is, because I want the camera to follow. So instead of animating the camera, I'll just have the camera follow the Grinch. So the way I do it is I just go to the camera section. Okay, I'll click on camera. And then right here, I would click on, I don't know what happened, but it's already been recorded. I'll click on link, and I'll push the Grinch like so. And once the Grinch starts moving, the camera starts following. Well, I think because I've already got it recorded. So let me open up the cameras again and let me unlink that. But I did, because I already done it. It's already been recorded. I guess I've done it again. It kind of threw it off a little bit. So let me see if it fixed it, put it back in place. Yeah. But the camera is linked when I recorded it. The camera was linked on the Grinch, so the camera kind of followed them. Now, for Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus, I have them swaying because they're drinking. Alright, something happened here. This is supposed to be over there. And then what I done was with this, I would kind of click on link and I would link on the head bone. But let's see. Oh, there we go. That's better. I don't know. I guess I accidentally moved it. Anyway, so for them to sway back and forth because they're drunk and uh, they got the beer in their hand and everything. So the way I got them to sway is I would click on them, starting with Frosty, and go to the motion key editor, and I would set a keyframe, play it forward a little bit, about maybe 12 seconds, and then I'll grab Frosty's chest and I would lean them, play it another 12, 13 seconds, and I would do this. I would lean them back again. But since that's already been done, I'll undo that twice. Since that's already been done, let's go back over here. See what?
What's a little liquid confidence?
And I would just the Animator arms and everything. Again, I would just use the motion key editor and push a keyframe, and then I'll play it for about another 12, 13 seconds, and then I'll just move their arms around their head, the arm with the beer in it, and I did the same thing for Santa Claus. I would use the keyframe to move his arm, and I would set a keyframe and use this motion key editor to move his arms and stuff like that around. So I did both. I did both characters that way to animate them. But now when it comes to where they're laughing, how I got them to bounce up and down like that, I go to the point where he starts laughing. I'll click on him, Santa Claus, and I did the same thing for Frosty the Snowman. So I'm only going to show you certain things once because I did apply it for the other character as well. So what I done was I used Motion Pilot. Again, don't change nothing. Unclick the face cursor. Push record. And then I start recording and bounce Santa Claus up and down. Like that. Let me undo that because I've already had it done. I'm saving this for later use. That's why I'm undoing everything. I'm sorry I didn't do this. Um, I didn't make this video when I was creating it because I really didn't have that much time having to work and everything. So I had to make everything short. And I figured, well, I'll come back and uh, make the work in progress video later. So again, I'll apologize if I didn't do it while I was making it. Alright, so let's play that. I used the motion pilot to bounce them up and down.
I told the reindeer a joke earlier, and they didn't care about it. Well, maybe you need to rein it in.
And like I said, I did the same thing with the motion pilot, bouncing up and down for Frosty. Now, for the beer and the stars flying over the head, like I said, I just linked it to their head bones. So, like that. So I linked it to the head bones, and I did the same thing with the beer, the mugs. I would link those to their hand bones. That way, they would stay right on their hand. I did the same thing with this one. So,
Need to rein it in.
So and I change the sprites on their eyes whenever they're laughing. So yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. That's how I did everything for this video. Like I said, I didn't spend a lot of time creating this video because I was in a hurry to think of something. And I know I needed another entry, and I chose the vertical short to be my next entry. But time was running against me, and I only had a couple of hours before I went to work. So, uh, so yeah, I didn't I didn't spend a lot of time creating this. It only took me like 10 minutes to put this together, and yeah, it's I didn't use no complicated methods or anything like that. I just basically used one new feature that came with one of the major updates for Cartoon Animator 5, and that's the motion pilot. Excuse me, that's the motion pilot. I guess it's a update. I can't remember if it just came already. I can't remember if it already came with more Cartoon Animator 5 or not. Uh, oh, I got so much on my mind, I can't remember other things. But anyway, no, I'm not getting old. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Sorry for uh, the short how-to. Like I said, I had to come back when I got back from work and make this. I know I should have made it while I was creating the video, and I'm sorry I didn't. But this is how I done it. So you should pretty much get an idea um, how it was done, and maybe you can do the same thing on your videos to do it the way I done it and like that. Well, that's pretty much it. Anybody else that's submitting entries for the contest, as a fellow animator and creator, I want to wish y'all all the best and good luck. Okay? Thank you. Have a good night.